All her friends are away, and Pinkie has nothing to do. Not any to talk to, nothing of interest in the whole town she could possibly enjoy. Twilight's in her library studying, and Rainbow Dash is clearing clouds up above. Applejack is hard at work in her apple orchard, and Rarity's catering to dresses for an upcoming event that's sure to be important, way more than Pinkie Pie, her own friend who's beginning to lose her own mind with boredom. Fluttershy's at Canterlot today visiting Discord, and finally, Spike's taking a nap. Poor little guy was up late last night helping Twilight, as usual. All day, the pink-maned mare had been wandering around town in search for some pony to play with or even talk to. Unfortunately, all her other friends were busy doing something as well, and there seemed to be no such relief from the inevitable boredom that was just beginning to get to her. Leaving town and trotting to the local pond, where she and Rainbow Dash sometimes swam together for fun, she sighed and looked at the ground while walking along, her mane slowly deflating with each step until she spotted something on the other side. She walked over to it, inspected the shimmering light that bounced off its hard surface and sat before the thing, focused on it as though it were enchanted by the magic of a princess. A mere pebble, blue in color and bumpy around the edges, was what Pinkie discovered. She gulped and lifted her body to circle it for a moment, even questioning herself why such a thing looked so wonderful. She leaned closely to stare at the pebble, all her intent and attention on the alluring object. Hesitantly, she poked it, feeling its smooth surface beneath her hoof. Carefully, she lifted her tiny object up, balancing it and judging its weight. It was just a regular all-pond rock, not in the least bit extravagant or spectacular. But for the life of her, she couldn't stop observing it, like it held the answers to life's questions itself. For some reason, she couldn't break away from its center, as if looking into it showed her the world as it really was. Or she could just be acting over-dramatic, but boredom, coupled with attention deficit disorder equaled to just staring at this piece of rock and trying to find answers in it that weren't there. But maybe they were. Who was to say the biggest questions in life, the most difficult to answer, were all locked away in this pebble? And just by staring at it or even thinking hard enough, she could unlock them? Mr. Pebble? She asked, finally losing it altogether. I was wondering, which is better, blueberry pie or pumpkin? It said nothing, obviously. Maybe it was a Miss Pebble instead? Or maybe even a Mrs. Pebble, with an entire Pebble family too. Little Pebble children and a Pebble husband. Oh, you like pumpkin too? That's great. She beamed at the pebble, her oh-so-wide smile lost to the pebble's rocky exterior. Glancing left and right, for a quick moment, she leaned in close to the pebble and whispered where she thought its ear may be. Hey Mrs. Pebble, can I tell you something? Something you can tell nobody else? The pebble didn't answer, but Pinkie liked to think it nodded its head. Frowning, she whispered, I'm really sad, because none of my friends want to hang out with me today. There are no parties planned, no surprises in store. Every pony is just so busy and I'm all here alone. For a moment or two, silence fell upon the two, and Pinkie's eyes grew wide with surprise. What? That can't be right. Inside her head, she heard the pebble's voice chant to her, yes, Pinkie. They laugh at you. They mock you behind your back. Can you not hear their chuckles? Their laughter? All aimed at you, Pinkie. A small shudder ran down the mare's spine. No. That's not true. Yes, it is. Don't be blind to the truth. No, it's not. Yes, Pinkie. It is. I'll kill you if you talk about my friends like that one more time, she shouted. The rock fell silent, and Pinkie smiled with content, beginning to overtake her body. She sat down with the rock and asked it, so what do you like on your eggs? I like maple syrup myself. They'll kill your whole family. In a second, Pinkie was on him. Or her. With hooves wrapping around what Pinkie thought to be its neck. She struggled with a menacing meanie, screaming and scratching at it every second of the fight, until finally she fumbled into the water. She barely noticed the splash of water or the icy tingle of the lake. All her attention turned towards attacking the Pebble. The Pebble forced her head under, and she started to feel water enter her lungs. In a desperate attempt to overpower the threat, she rolled over and began to dunk it repeatedly to weaken it. Making a few jolts down and sinking it into the murky sand below, she stopped for a moment, looked under the water and inspected the thing, making sure it wasn't breathing. She left the water soaking wet and looked back at where she left her cold, dead friend and said, "Nobody, not even a lifeless rock, makes up lies about my friends. Why every inanimate object she makes friends with does this, she'll never know." As she walked away, though, a small bubble of air wafted from the pond water and the Pebble resurfaced, plotting its revenge. Soon, Pinkie Pie, you and the rest of your friends will die. That definitely goes for your little dragon as well. Mew.